That Discord on the Reinhardt or anything else that they hit, if they can't get rid of it, is going to be able to do more damage than the extra healing that the Moira will be able to do. So that's their win condition. Plus the fact that if both ghost compositions are at a standstill, well, you're going to get some poke damage with the Zenyatta. Their shield low is going to get lower. They're going to have to give up space, or they're going to have to die. If they give up space, then well, the Goats team with better space is going to be an advantage, and they can aggress. That's their win condition. They win in a standoff, and they win with a Discord on them. Moira has to win with being aggressive and pushing in before those two win conditions pop up for the Zenyatta composition. That makes sense? Yeah. So that's why you play it a little bit differently when you're playing Zen.
Okay.
So you can still play Moira Goats against Zen Goats, but you have to take the fight before you can set up a Discord?
Yes. That or basically the earlier the fight you have it, the better chance you're going to win. That said, it does not mean to engage when you are weak. And that's something Zenyatta Goats can be a little bit better at. If they can get you weak before you're ready to engage, then you're going to lose. Make sense?
I see.
Yep.
But my question though is, if you go aggressive with Moira and take a quick fight against the Zen Goats, I mean your Ryan is gonna have to drop his shield to do damage. And when it's like low, what if you just Discord when he starts hammering?
Zarya bubble is a thing.
I guess.
So basically, the point of it is
that
you would need to be able to utilize the Zarya friendly shield, as well as Zarya herself, and the initial push to be able to get a insurmountable advantage, aka a pick, before they can get value out of their Discord. Typically, if you're able to get the pick off before they can get significant value out of the Discord, you're going to win that fight, regardless if they get Discord at that point.
Oh, and with Anna, do you want to play Anna on like open maps to set up the nades? Is it just on open maps, or what kind of maps is Anna best on?
Good point. So Anna is kind of like a hybrid between the two. The thing about Anna,
it's not reliable.
What?
It's not reliable, I want to say. It's not like 100%
reliable. Okay.
Reliable. Definitely.
Okay. So Anna is reliant on getting the grenade. That's a large portion, but you also have the heals to sort of keep your team up a lot better than the Zen Goats, right? So if you can get the grenade, it's the best. It's the best one if you can get that grenade. But she also has a backup plan, and that's the nano boost. Now with Zen gets his ult slower than either Anna or Moira, and that's a key factor to keep in mind. So if you have a Zen Goats versus an Anna or a Moira Goats, then both of them want to aggress either early when you have an opportunity to. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Or you aggress when you get that support ult, because you're going to get that support ult first because you get value out of healing your team and Zenyatta doesn't. So you should get your ult much faster.
How do you determine though if you wanna use your nade aggressively or defensively?
Well, do you want to win or do you want to lose? Aggressively is always better than defensively. Defensively is I couldn't find any opportunity to go aggressively, and we're about to lose, so I'm doing my best to save our ass before that happens. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Like defensively is I'm going to try my. It's either we have a scrounge like the fight's already devolved and halfway through it, and this is like the second grenade, or and then you try to keep our tanks up, or it's just they're already being aggressive. I gotta do everything I can. Usually you try and do both at once. If they're being aggressive, you hit your grenade defensively, you're probably gonna hit our team and their team because it's like this intermingle of an orgy going on at once with two goats interaction with each other. So that's kind of when you want to do a more of a defensive / partial offensive grenade. But for the most part, you don't want to do defensive alone if you can help it.
Enemy turret
Okay, I see.
What about like maps with high ground, like Nambani?
Floats.
Why are we talking about goats then?
I mean, a friend of ours who's high tier 3 said that they play like flying goats on Nambani attack.
Not a player on the most of the maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can only play goats, and that's all you can play, then it's probably a good idea to try to play goats on every single map. But as far as playing it on Numbani Attack, I mean, they're not the first one to try that, but they'll be the first one to succeed with it successfully against good teams, because there's obviously rotations and counters to it. The only reason that would work is if the defensive composition has no counter built in to that composition, or they're just bad at rotating and punishing them when they do get to the point, or try to
I
do
feel
what they
like
can.
if you want to play goats on attack on Mbani, an option, I don't know if this is a bad strat, but an option could be to just go on a point and take that little like space inside of the point, like next to the point, like and just cap it while your supports stand inside, and force them to go on the point and take the fight.
Yeah, but the thing is that they just have to take one person on the point and spam you from afar, right? So then you're like, there's one person on the other side of the point, you've got no range. They've all the spam from the high ground that you can't touch, and now they're doing shield damage, and eventually it's going to break.
Yeah, true.
So again, it only works if the defensive composition can't do that. So if this position doesn't have like a diva plus range, then they should probably rethink their defensive first point in Nambani.
Yeah.
That could have gone better.
Okay.
I've come across that particular strategy multiple times, and the best team to have utilized that was probably Mosaic.
Yeah.
Only because, and let's say it wasn't successful.
Are we just gonna talk or gonna play some games or watch some VODs?
Do any of the three.
We could watch the VOD from
Yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
It was so good.
Should we do Blizzard World, or is
I'm
that
just gonna visit the toilet real quick.
We can try Dorado, because Wizard World we messed up so bad, so...
or did
let's shoot every single one.
Or maybe start with Bozzin.
I mean, we have like, how much time do we have?
40
4
minutes.
months?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, let's do one then. If
Just
we
go
have
for it
time,
then.
we can do another.
I'm gonna close Overwatch.
Shifty, go in
What's
go in VODs and look at the first clip.
Copy. I don't have access to VODs.
Can we just
Okay.
like watch together? Easier.
Just give me a link.
Or Visor.
We're gonna. I have my visor link ready, but I don't have the VOD. There we go.
Yeah.
No, there is just a clip. Just look at.
Okay, just let's go watch the VODs, the entire watch.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we can just give him the VOD.
Yeah.
Which map though?
That's a strat we made ourselves, called Meat Grinder.
Meat grinder. This is.
Yeah, and it shouldn't work, but we played against a bad team. So.
It wasn't that
Oh,
bad.
so you drop down into there,
Yeah,
and
they
they
weren't
chase
that
you.
bad. They weren't that
And they-
bad, but like, I mean,
Why would they chase
yeah,
Good question.
that's
actually the
what I
first
don't
time it happened.
understand.
Good
Why would
question.
they drop down, dude?
you? What? My question to you is, why don't they just go point?
Because
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I like this. I like this idea, and
I
like, I think this would be fantastic for like some college teams. But I don't think any team that has experience is going to fall for this meat grind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Either if they don't chase us down there, we could just like heal up and get the point.
yeah, we use it as like a fail safe as well. So if we think we're gonna lose the fight or something, we just go down there to heal up.
That's
And
fine.
If they fall down there as well, we can just kill them.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So basically, use this as like, I don't like where this is going, so let's fail. The problem with this is this. What I just saw was like people going down one at a time almost. You've gotta like be coordinated as fuck. Like this is like Symmetra TP organization utilization. Makes sense? Everybody at once. I don't want people one at a time. Otherwise, you will die. People going down here.
Well, everyone was behind Ryan, so he was the one, and he was the one jumping last, and was like the one.
Yeah, but if you're the last Ryan's the last one to jump in, it also means Ryan's gonna be most vulnerable to die, right?
That's true.
Could we set up?
That's
a
what I
visor?
foresee happening there. Yeah, I still don't have a VOD. Other than talking, unless you want me to do a visor on this 30-second clip.
Wait, I'll send it. I'll send it.
Oh, wait, here we go. Is that it? Is it in chat?
Yeah, it's in chat.
Okay, I got it.
Are we gonna watch all together?
Yeah, he will show some
Yeah.
visor. So we do what map? Dorado first, or
Do we
Basan?
want to do Dorado? Because we basically won Dorado,
I mean,
Base.
but we gave it to them
Not.
because we were nice forehead.
We could have played way better though on Dorado. We did.
Yeah.
on
I do.
attack. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should do a different map though.
You choose which map. You give me a timestamp.
Which was the other one we lost? Oh, it's Blizzard World.
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
like too terrible. Like,
That was.
Yeah,
too
don't do
big.
Blizzard one because we just messed up so hard.
just like
Blizzard World was our worst one though.
Yeah, but
There's
Two
like
Blizzard
Too many
World.
mistakes.
we could do Basan. I would say Basan or Dorado.
I mean, Busan we played less effective because me
I,
kind
I,
of
I
worked.
think Dorado should be good because it's like a good balance between.
Yeah.
Like it's a good balance. Like
It's a close map.
if we pick Blizzard World, there's gonna be too many mistakes to focus on.
Yeah.
Like we got rolled, so I mean.
So the timestamp is
27.
80
No,
80
no, never
minutes
mind.
and 10 seconds. 18 minutes and 10 seconds, sorry.
Is everyone here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Esports and
Right.
We could also Shifty, our captain is now a sub, so we are like choosing a new captain. But can you explain more, like what's the captain role?
Captain role? Like, okay. That's different for every team, I'll be honest with you. Like what is a captain? Is that your if he's not on the team, then what is the captain? I'm not sure. What is
Yeah.
No, I mean, like we're gonna choose a new captain because old captain.
I play on
is-
team being captain. Yeah.
like I'll be perfectly honest with you. Like when we had teams, we don't necessarily have someone designated as a captain. In fact, when you had to put like a team captain, it was like, okay, who's going to be the team captain when we had to do it on the sign up? But usually we have is like a main shot caller that is going to be relevant to their position in the team, who's good at it, what their responsibilities are. But that doesn't necessarily make them the captain. Is just you want your main tank to be very good at communicating what's going on. You want your supports to be able to communicate this. You want your off tank to be able to communicate with your Reinhardt. It's like no one is necessarily the captain there. It's everyone's going to be helping them out. They all know their particular roles in that situation. As far as what who decides what comp to run and what swaps to do and have a check down on there. Usually it's called like an IGL, like in-game leader. I guess that could be your captain. And that basically what they do is they just have a their role is to figure out what are we going to do. They're make the decisions. If your team's in between two different things, or you need to make a swap or need to make a decision, he makes that decision, and then there is no argument about it. If they don't agree with it, they can talk about it after the match. But whatever is decided by them, everyone is on board with and does everything they can, most they can. They can suggest things, but he is going to be make the final call on whether or not that's what they're doing or not.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Can I give us just one example? Like
Sure.
in Busan, we were like trying to figure it out if you're going goats or Dive.com, and the captain or in-game leader just says, "Oh, we go goats." Period.
Yeah, we're going goats. Simple as that. You might think he at the same time he might say, okay, we're gonna use these 2 ults. This is the plan for the next fight. Now I'm not saying that he should be the only one that says that. Everybody should, if they see, hey, we can do this, or hey, we can do this.
Yeah.
But if you have 2 different plans suggested for the same fight, he decides which one we're going on.
Okay.
Anything else?
What about our comp right now? Like this
We'll
comp?
talk about that. Okay. So this composition. All right. So this composition isn't terrible.
Wait, hold up. Why can't I see any players?
I think we switched though. After like 40, 50 seconds.
Yeah, but just
This is the big thing though. We're attacking first, right? So it doesn't really matter what we start off with. What matters is what we scout, right?
Yeah.
So we take a look and see what they scout. And we scout and we see they've got, looks like a goat's base, but they have double sniper. So with that in mind, we have to say, okay, well, what swap should we do? First of all, Pharah, get the fuck off this. Widow, get the fuck off this. Our DPSs are useless against this. We have to realize that and swap the hell off that.
Yeah.
Second of all, we have the dive composition. Without the Pharah, we have no reason for this person, so go away. And not this person, but Mercy. And we need a dive composition in general. Maybe not. So we need to swap something that completely counters this. We have 2 different options for that once we realize that. So whatever we started off with doesn't fucking matter because this is not good against it, right? So they have this dive. They got double sniper with the tank. So we have 2 options here. One is we go straight goats. Seriously, Moira goats straight into this. Like their front line sucks because they're running this, and we just bowl over them. They don't have enough spam to deal with anything. The only thing you have to worry about is an anti grenade. Straight up goats should be able to beat this. Our diva's responsibility in that situation is to limit the sniper value. Not kill them, not do anything else, but limit the snipers as much as they can. In particular, focus a little bit more on the Hanzo than the Widow because that's where more of the damage comes from. But we want to hit it hard and hit it fast. Time will be on their side, so we're going to make sure that they don't have time to poke. We should get free push for the most part up until this point because they're not going to drop down and hold this. So we have a free push up until this point, and then we will see when we engage and go forward. Basically, as long as we don't feed them a bunch of ult coming at this point, which shouldn't be the case, we should be absolutely fine. The other option here is to go triple tank dive. What that is, I'll talk about earlier about the Ball, Diva, Winston, and just punish their snipers. Because they shouldn't be able to do a whole lot of safety on that in general. And it's going to survive this try to aggression, try to appeal for that. It should be able to survive that. And I feel like that can work, but I feel like unless you're very comfortable with that, then it's maybe not something you want to focus on again, but basically mostly what you're comfortable with. I don't see how this necessarily beats straight up goats. I feel like that's just the solid place to go from here and snowball from. Be safe, be aggressive, and don't let them get too much ults, and don't let the snipers be too free. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
We see another dive composition
I don't see Dorado. I see Busan.
Fun. Dorado, actually.
No, I see it. It just started.
I'm watching Widow's Bud right now.
I see Lunation Esports wins on Busan.
Are
I
you
mean-
in the Vice?
Maybe refresh.
Yes, I've refreshed like 6 times.
What the?
Are you using anything other than Chrome?
Nope. I refresh and it skips to the same point every time.
Close it out and come back in.
I'm trying in incognito. Alright, I'll just.
You see it now?
No, it's still the same point.
I
Oh.
don't know why you would do that.
Are you clicking on the link from Shifty?
Yeah. Okay, I think it's fine now.
Okay.
That was weird.
All right. So another thing I want to point out here is Miss Mercy. Why are we that high in this?
You cut out.
I flew with fur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, our Pharah went up in the air. Like, I don't know if you saw. I can go back if you need to. But our Pharah went up in the air, and our Mercy, like, literally went higher than our Pharah. We should be hovering behind this red box. Our Pharah's going up there to scout. There's a possibility that they have a Widowmaker on this point. It's pretty common. So our Mercy should never be, like, 10 meters above the top of this red roof for any reason. Pharah goes up sky to see what's going on. Our Mercy dangling over here. Then we don't worry about this pick. Make sense?
Yes.
Once we get the scout, we see what they have. When they have the Widowmaker, they have the Rhine Shield. You're not going to be useful necessarily against this composition. We should make the swap. Just find.
Also, it's like far to boop them down from high ground. If you can boop Ryan down from high ground, it's easy to kill him.
That's good too. Yes. We're just chilling with this comp, huh? All right. So got the Genji now. So we have Widowmaker dive. Interesting comp. All right. So my question is, we have Zen and Anna here. Okay, let's see what else.
It's actually Lucio. Oh no, man.
This should have a chance against this if we engage when they're weak, and it looks like they're a little weaker. This should have a chance against this if we have a nice strong dive when we're strong on either the Anna or one of the snipers that are around there. And then we could try to focus on the tanks. The only reason that would work is because they lack a brig. Because they lack a brig, they're more susceptible to the dive. And another reason why I don't like this composition in general.
I'm not sure what they are waiting for. But it's about time they did.
Yeah, would you had a brig instead of one of the DPSs or brig instead of the Lucio?
For them? Yeah,
for
why do you like what Lucio has a problem of like you only have the Rhine and Zarya in composition with this. So with Lucio has two purposes. One, to peel for the Anna, which Brig would do better at, and then two would be to
Speed Reynard.
speed the front line.
Yeah.
But if we're speeding the front line, then like what are we doing that just to run away? We do that with positional. If is it to aggress, then I mean it's a little bit awkward, but you don't want to aggress with this against a goat or anything. And against dive, you don't really. What are you aggressing on? They're gonna be coming to you. So it's a little bit awkward in general with having Lucio with this composition, in my opinion.
Yeah,
As far, go ahead.
Yeah, if we played the goats, right? Then we could just speed into them if they don't have a Lucio.
I mean, you can still speed into them. Like they don't.
Yeah,
really,
yeah, but
they can't
they
really
can
run
speed
away.
Well,
Okay. I mean, they're going to secede all their. Okay, they either give you all the space in the world, and in that case, you just they run out of room, or they don't give you space and you engage on them, and then they speed, but you're still on top of them already. Yeah, they can speed away, but they're seceding all this space for you, or they're going to be too close, and you can just go on top of them. Make sense?
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the Widowmaker here, because if we're going to dive and engage us, and the purpose of that is to dive, then we don't really like. You're gonna have to make sure you're in line of sight at some point, and there's gonna be like gaps between when you have these opportunities. We have their Widowmaker that yes, we'd like you to contest that to a degree, but like if you were Tracer here, we can just dive on them and like do very effective. If you were Ball, I would love it as well. Like if you were the Wrecking Ball, just dive on something, they're dead. What do they do about it? So I think this can work, but I'd rather have Wrecking Ball or something other than the Widow in general. Again, it just depends on where we take this fight. But it shouldn't be too bad.
I got a little question.
Yes.
Can Hammond play as tank, main tank?
Yes. He's the initiator of a fight.
I don't like the names main tank, off tank, what this, what that. I don't give a fuck what label you put it. What is his role? Why would you have him? Why would you not have him? That's what you think of. Don't think about like the names of something like DPS or anything like that. Like we need a Hammond in here because he can engage with all these characters and not die.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. But what I'm saying is like instead of playing Monkey, can we play with Hammond?
So instead of Monkey, can you play with Hammond? Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Why would you want to? I mean, they're very similar in that role. Hammond can be a little bit better at surviving.
Yeah.
Monkey is a little bit better at more consistent damage. Hammond's a little bit more burst damage. Monkey can get to some areas a little bit easier than Ham can. Monkey has the cleave damage. They both have slightly different pros and cons, but yeah, you can run Hammond instead of Monkey, but you can also run both.
Yeah.
But if you play both, right? If you play Winston and Hammond, should you like go all in with Lucio and your support as well? Because your support won't get much appeal at all if you don't have a diva.
You'd have Diva, Winston, and Hammond.
Yeah, but if you play just Winston and Hammond, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a good combo, right?
Winston plus Hammond alone? I don't like that alone, though. Diva's good. Diva's a good character.
Shot like blown up by biotic grenades. Painful. You hate to see it, but it's so satisfying.
Why?
Especially with a splash damage, you know. Yes, and Cappy's swapping away from McCree here. Ooh, not finding any value on that so far as Raimi sets him up and knocks him down. Well, a Graviton plus Dragon combo coming up for TR Esports here. Raymer does not seem to care, he just shoots people.
We fed for like half a minute straight.
Start all of these team. If he can start all of these team fights, fight.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, a lot of people was questioning the McCree pick here. I was more
Not just McCree, but why is McCree here? Why is McCree poking a Lucio and a Widowmaker in the middle of the street with absolutely no one else on his team here? Why is this happening? This is comp. This is like silver comp stuff right here.
Fighting 5-6, and that is a very solid way to start these team fights. And they're not even going to need the win condition that is the Grab Dragon combination.
I would not have been surprised if Widow just kills you there, and then you waste another 15 seconds.
Why can't points? I mean, can a mannequin fight back when you shoot it? Can a mannequin fight back? It feels like.
Also, I want to point out something there. He ulted with when they had Visor up. Widow ult up. So.
Visor?
I mean.
Oh,
no,
you mean?
I mean Widow ult.
Yeah. That's absolutely true, and that's why it was so easy.
Oh.
Oh my God, Raymer and the guy hitting the damage for the nano boost to sim code. Somebody clip that because that was beautiful. Gustav following it up with a big Earth Shadow there, and Cappy trying to find a couple of his own. But we see TR Esports.
I think Hammond would have been the solution to a lot of your problems on this.
Very well done. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. TR Esports doing a great job. No, not doing a great job of attacking so far.
These casters, holy cringe.
Yeah, I know. Can you guys mute? At least the two people having.
There you go. There you go. Speaking
It's
of,
echo, please. Someone mute.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Deepa with
I think it's Cappy.
Cappy?
of the Lucio sound barrier, and I gotta say, ooh,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Cappy, are you here?
they really needed this as Ryan.
Cappy?
It looks like he's
I
talking.
think it's not here.
So we took
Cappy,
way
Cappy.
too long to go here. But here's my question.
Leave and come
Yeah,
back.
he's
Cappy.
asking to mute yourself so that we don't hear the.
Or just mute Visor. Or the
Yeah.
Here comes the grab, and no dragons up yet, though. Big charge onto Limonada. We're gonna see Team Illumination fighting without their main.
To be honest with you, this is not easy to push into. We cap first point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
It's
They got 5 ultimates there.
It's actually pretty lucky, to be honest.
Yeah, because this could be over.
We should have lost in 3.
It's last fight already.
We should have lost here. We should
I
have
think the
lost.
Transcendent saved it here.
Oh yeah, you got your trans really quick, mustache.
Yeah. I got like 3k from that one Transcendence.
Exactly. Okay, I like that. I would like this to be killed very quickly. All right, good job. Thank you. See? That's the reaction I want from shot calling, man. I would like this to be very, very quickly. Boom, it's dead. What else?
Yeah.
You just gone this earlier, man. This would have been like a first point win. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like the only problem I see so far is like choosing the right comp based on what they're running. Like you guys do that, right? Like you first point attack, you see what they run, and doesn't care what you start off with. You swapped off the Pharah, but you gotta do something to make sure that you counter.
Yep.
We don't do that as much as we should, to be
But
fair.
but I would say like dive is at least decent, if not good against snipers.
I mean, if you went straight dive, yeah, but you didn't go straight dive. You went Widowmaker dive.
That's true.
I'm not saying your Widowmaker's bad, but attacking Widowmaker against defending Widowmaker first point Dorado when they have a Rhine shield and we're trying to dive and you're trying to get value out of that, they're gonna have to fuck up for that to happen. But yeah, if you went ball instead and went dive, that would have been an easy win. This also easy win. Those are your two options. You came up with one of them. Just
What about Tracer? Would be
Tracer would have been okay, but the problem with Tracer is that she can't get to high ground, and the snipers can.
if you give us space and then flanks around and
She still can't get the high ground. Very
You're
well.
saying the first point, right?
First point. As far as
Yeah.
now, we got ult, so we stay what we have. You were saying
I got grabbed.
This is professional casters, by the way.
we're not professional, right?
No, I know. This is just people training. It's called Scrim Night. So it's just practice for people.
All right, cool. Fair enough. They're still doing it for.
We are getting VODs free, so
Why are we pushing when we don't have a diva?
This is what I was wondering.
That fucking tease of a Zenyatta.
Shows the fate. Oh, so proud of that.
Don't see the grav, but this isn't a good sign from the cat. Is this like tree sports? Is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know.
I
Tree
think-
sport?
Tree sports.
I
It's
think the
theory.
cast- Yeah. Or at least that's what the casters say.
Okay,
that's
one
the
thing
point.
I don't like here is that why are we here?
We should be like up front,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I wish I did. Yeah.
Why are we not pushing this widow's ass all the way up
Yep.
and saying, get the fuck out of here?
We gave them so much space.
Yeah, like this is unnecessary. I mean, with mustache popping off, I don't really care.
We still lose though. Spoiler alert.
Wait, did you
Can't
you
do
also-
that.
Lemonade. Oh,
What?
Yeah, yeah.
3 health, heal blocked.
what?
You just needed to shield for another second.
We would maybe have won. Yeah, probably have won that if you didn't know. Did we trans there when he?
Yeah.
Because we're trying to bash Shatter, and I got anti-nade and Dragon. That's why.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you were low, so you already when you shatter before you shatter.
He messed
Yeah,
up on the
but
shatter.
I
it's all
couldn't. I
good.
couldn't back off because of fucking Dragon.
Yeah, he's right. He was dead either way. He just shouldn't have shattered. So what happened on second point was a lack of value on our ults. It wasn't just a Reinhardt. What did we get on Graph, right? What did we have on the other support ults? So it was mostly lack of value on our ultimates. They got value, we didn't. Simple. And we gave them space. But mostly the ult.
Yeah.
Okay, just go for it.
Wait, what was the... Oh. They update the score on early.
Yeah. Professional.
That is pretty impressive.
Um,
Oh, Al doesn't do that shit, man, does it?
do you know that like at the end of this match, right? The other team was asking for a pause, and then sim code AFK,
To
and then yeah,
It's gonna see. We're gonna see
sim
this.
code sim code AFK, and then the enemy somebody killed them. And they were
Yeah,
asked-
we were
Yeah,
like
like-
messing around for 30 seconds because of it, so we
Yeah, the
lost.
yeah, the caster was hosting a lobby, and I had muted the chat.
What can you say about this comp, by the way?
Yeah, well, how the fuck does it beat Go?
I don't know why we
Crossfire,
done double smoke
crossfire,
with it.
crossfire,
Fire.
crossfire.
Caught in
The crossfire.
Yeah, but okay. This doesn't kill tanks though.
Also anti-net. Yeah, like
Anti-grenade, yes, I can see that as potential win condition. This generally does not kill tanks.
damage boost.
Like, where is the crossfire even going to come from? Like from top here and the top over there, and while they're coming across the edge, that it?
Yes.
And then once they go through the market, where's your crossfire coming from?
Widow high run.
Okay, this and this from like the same angle is not the same. Like just because they're lower and higher is not crossfire.
I mean, like a first one, yeah, you know, but I don't know.
You
Flank,
can have the Hanzo on the right, but that's like as much as you could get.
or
So,
you could
don't get
flank,
me-
but you will
So
probably die.
I think, I think that I've got two things here. Okay, first of all, this loses to Goat. Second of all, this loses to the other comp I mentioned,
So what?
Triple Tank Dive.
So what's good? What should we have played instead? What's a good
All right.
option?
Well, you need to have something that deals with both in general. So,
Could we do like Ryan Saria, Giant Widow or something?
and what are your sports?
Surgeon Kanso.
What are your sports? Ryan Zarya, Junk Widow, what are supports?
Oh, Anna 10 or Lucio. maybe Lucio.
I think.
Lucio doesn't make any sense.
No,
Zen.
Lucio.
So with Zen, you're completely vulnerable to a dive. Zen, Anna, Widow, Junkrat, you're fucked by dive, right?
Okay.
I would like to go like dive comp, but with Doomfist or and Sombra or something.
I like it. That works.
But we pretty bad at that.
Now, if you're gonna do that, where your support's gonna be?
Up top.
What are they gonna be? Anna.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Anna and Zen.
Anna Zen. All right. So how do you deal with a dive?
Fuck the support, kill their backline.
Fuck the supports, kill their backline, everything dies.
We trade backlines.
Yeah.
Trade backlines. I'll give you a hint.
No,
First
we got-
point defense. Trades do not favor the defense.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, Doofus
you-
can punch tanks.
You can't punch tanks.
You can set up a hack and then do this, then Winston can engage in that and Diva can protect the healers.
So what I'd like here, if we were going to do that, is Anna Brig. Okay.
And a soul
And-
support then.
I mean, what are you going? What is the entire point of this composition? You're not engaging until you're ready, right?
Should I? Why do we have? Why are we going dive comp with Brigade?
You're
To
going dive
protect
comp.
Anna alive.
You're doing dive comp with the Brig to help heal for the Anna, and go in on top of them, diving onto them, jumping into them in the engagement when you actually go in there. So yes, absolutely, you can go Brig in that situation to keep them alive, and you also could probably do similar healing to the Zen. The only thing you lose is the transcendence in general. But
the Nano Blade, just sleep him low.
yes, that's also a thing as well.
Why don't we go like instead of double support, taking the spot of the second support as Brig, going like Lucio, Zen or Anna and Brig. I really don't
You
like
can go
Brig
Lucio
as-
instead of the Brig as well.
You could do Protect the McCree with either Rhinsaria or...
You can also protect the McCree.
That's another
I could. But okay, so protect the McCree loses to goats, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oops.
that's the problem with that. You can also go just straight. One thing you can also do it with something I like, not enough teams do it, is a pharmacy defense on second point. And you're like, okay, well if they go Widow, but the thing is, you don't like fucking float in here. You float like above the archway.
Yeah, I know. I do that when I prefer on this map.
So I think that's also a very effective composition, and that you would run that with either a dive composition or goats, depending on which one you feel is going to be more effective. That's one option. The other option is you can run a what's the word for it? I just had a blank. The bunker composition. So you can have Orisa Junkrat with Hog and Widow, and your supports would be Mercy plus
Zen.
yeah, I think
I mean,
it
if
would be
if we're gonna spam, that's the best support.
Mercy and Zen in that situation. And this entire thing would be able to deal with tanks no problem. For against dive, which is what it's slightly weak to, you're going to have to be able to focus on the Widow Maker and the Hog getting picks in that situation. So this would be probably the most balanced composition. Obviously, you play it for a one fight point. You would play mostly in the market. So you can play it up top here, but you make sure you rotate quickly. Maybe trying to get some picks early, but then you rotate quickly once they even get before the first corner. And then you make it mostly a market. Widow play mostly the high ground. And he would have to deal with the flankers before they are able to dive on top of our back line. Make sense?
Yep.
Any other questions on first point compositions?
Nope.
Nope.
No, about that dive comp with Doomfist or Sombra.
Yeah.
what we left. So we're going Doom or Sombra, Winston, Diva,
Hmm.
Anna,
Lucio and
Remember.
Anna.
Lucian, Anna. Okay.
Use
And
some
Brig might be the second DPS, right? Or just taking the
Brig
spot
would
of support.
Brig would be taking part of the support most likely in that situation. I like having Doom plus Sombra. I think both are necessary to deal with goats.
Yeah.
If you do, what if you do Lucio Moira? Could that work?
No, because of high grounds. It doesn't
Yeah,
make.
exactly. Like, could it work? Yes, I'm gonna say yes. It can work to a degree, but you're gonna have to be in the middle of that fight. Everybody in there at once. And I don't like the fact that we lose the bio grenade win condition on the goats.
Yeah.
So I feel like this in general will be a lot better. Make sense?
Yep.
I don't wanna say this. I messed up so hard. Oh my god. I just remember now.
Wait, see what?
I messed up so hard because of Sombra. Oh no, no, no.
Oh, I know. I remember now. I remember
Oh, no,
exactly what
no.
happens.
Oh,
And Punes as well.
oh no.
I'm gonna toilet. I'm on.
Cappy.
And you should know they have a Sombra right now, right?
Yeah,
Like, did you know at the time?
No.
I think so. Yeah,
I didn't
think we
actually.
called it out.
Oh no, he knows.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god.
PJ's like, I'm helping.
So in this situation, what's the rest of our team already doing?
We should run back.
We're going to just run away now.
But we're done. We fight. I think. Or
Did we run away? I can't even remember.
I
Yeah, we
did.
did.
I think he tried to.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We did.
Wait, yeah.
We are
Good.
We all lived. I think.
led.
I gotta advertise. Wait.
They're about 8 meters away now.
We're good. We got.
Are you guys watching advertise too?
No, but it's a Twitch thing, unfortunately. If you don't have ad block, you'll see.
No, I do. I do not actually.
Of the side of TR Esports, Fairwind falling.
Cappy, did you mute yourself?
With when you have a
It's echo again. Just mute the stream. The visor.
Cappy didn't pop off quick enough here.
Nope.
That's
That's
a
true.
nasty headshot, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
He had to kill 3 more, man. Just kill 3 more. 3 more shots. Come on, easy.
We needed to pop off earlier, Cappy.
Cappy, are you here? He's not here.
does not look very good.
His mic is activating.
Yeah.
Sniper and
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, please mute
Yeah.
visor. Mute visor, please.
I know, but how do I fucking do that?
Press
Bottom
mute
At the
button.
bottom right, there is like this little microphone with like some blue bars. All you gotta do is click on the microphone.
Speaker.
Speaker.
There now? Or-
Yes.
Thank you.
I can't. I can't hear anything. Then.
You hear it from.
You don't need to hear the casters anyway. They're not great.
They've got 6 ults.
Just turn up Shifty.
I can't remember. Oh.
Why? Why are we here?
Should be up top.
We should be on high ground.
Yeah. Oh.
Except Genji was half health.
That is correct. I'd like to engage with the Winston ult here a lot. Okay, that's good. We have Sombra ult. We should know about that because how many EMPs have we had? 0, right? And we don't have any defensive ults. So we're already using the both support ults initially, and I like it because we're not going to be able to do anything if we get hacked, and we got to make sure we hit them very, very quickly here. Unfortunately,
Are dives alone?
yeah, I don't see the rest. Like, we get double sniper here, so it's like, what's going to dive with you? D.Va, and that's about it, right?
Yep.
So we need to make sure that we take the fight in this area as much as possible, because once we turn this corner, we're not necessarily going to have as much line of sight and help from our snipers, except for like this particular angle, maybe.
Also, Mercy could pocket him here because she's already ulting.
They actually use the EMP there.
Pune should jump off the map now, but I don't think he do.
No, I don't.
You should have, be right.
Yeah, I think it was because there were still people left.
Oh, you already have 60, so...
Yeah. And I get mech before next fight.
Yeah, but they get staggered sword as well.
Did we use 2 ults and they used 4?
Now, what their problem was here is that they use
Just
ults.
They
And they
steal.
didn't need to. If you guys use both support ults on this fight, how do you win the next fight with AEMP? Like, I don't care about any of these ults, right?
Yeah.
If you get EMP tank ults, we just focus tanks, you're dead. I don't care about Hanzo ult, they're dead. So they should not have EMP and you would have lost on this next fight.
Thank you.
It's exactly what he was doing, yes.
Shut the fuck up.
Any ultimates in a situation like this? Just go ahead and kill everyone who's lying on the ground. Just kill everyone. I hear you, VK. Gustav getting a lot of damage onto him, doing a good job by Conventure, keeping the damage onto him. But as I
So I like
That's
this a
a
lot.
nice
We
shot.
split them around. We use our snipers to our advantage here. I like that, and we're getting work. Basically, we stalled out, have chaos here, and our snipers carry us.
say that, Simcode realizes the
Caught in the crossfire.
Crossfire.
Conventure, excuse me, that's not a headshot by Cappy, just a damage boosted Mercy, the stuff that dreams are, nightmares are made of.
And Simcode just pop off.
15 seconds ago, DK. EMP is very close on range.
Only thing that went right for them is that they farmed a shit ton of EMP.
Maybe they'll just go for a raw Dragon Blade, because it doesn't seem like Conventor is anything close to a nano boost.
So you have to understand they might have a. You should understand they probably have both Genji ult and Sombra ult coming up. So again, you want to do the exact same thing. Is you want to engage quickly with the nano on the Winston. Maybe even nano on D.Va, depending on which one you want to do, since he does have his ult.
But have we...
I think we actually planned to nano Winston. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Have we used our Primal since last time?
No.
No.
I didn't use once. Only on the second.
He's just a very chill monkey.
Yeah. I like to use my ultimate to get alive sometimes.
Now we're gonna see Cappy getting into the zone. That's a long time for slow ammo. And that's where you actually want the double sniper to shine.
Understanding in general here, though, this is what the weakness of this composition is. If our tanks aggress on their back line before they're ready, then they really can't do anything. Don't tell me it's the same. No, it's not.
They're finding value in it. We have somebody rolling though. It seems
Huge
yeah,
back, yeah.
Raymer is back up there. Mustache gonna be the only one.
Why does Anna have to contest this?
it's both our supports.
We were so deep.
So
Now we got nano.
And yeah, no, they're asking for a pause.
Where the fuck are they? Oh, they're asking for a pause. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
able to do anything, just crumbling under
So look at this shit.
Yeah.
Might just be talking to one
So
another.
this is
They don't
because
have
they're
that
asking for a
Reinhardt
pause.
shielding
Why do they need the pause?
No
I don't
idea.
know.
No idea.
He's trying to
Yeah,
get
but that's what
that
fucked us up, though.
healing coming in, damage will be up.
So he was standing still while they were asking for pause, and now they say it's fine.
Yeah, no, seriously. 50 seconds to go here.
Are we
But,
gonna lose because of this?
Deleted down
Right.
there.
Yep.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Mustache,
Although I do think we stalled it out fairly well.
Yeah.
Those are the ults.
We actually could have won this after when he right now.
Yeah, we could have.
This isn't a stall.
No, I'm saying now.
No,
You
it's
still
going
haven't
for
used your
longer.
ult yet, Lemon.
Like if it is asleep, maybe I don't know.
I
Was
slept
the
Diva.
admin asleep?
You when I was watching this, right? I was watching your perspective, and I was like,
Yeah.
please press Q, and you were like in melee range before you press Q. It was so.
And also, I ate that bomb.
This is anybody's game here. We have both Diva and Winston.
Baby Diva contest.
Anna contesting.
Can't be Frag. I think it could be Frags. No, okay.
He got to picks, and then I
No,
killed
it was,
Sombra,
uh,
so we still lost.
That was the last one.
It was the
it
one
was a
before.
bit-
We could have won this actually.
So Shifty, I ate a bomb. I could have avoided that without giving up the point, like earlier.
I think we should have gotten this because we were closer to the payload after I killed the Genji Lucio. We could have just stalled
At
it.
which point are you talking about?
Like
Just
a
right
few
before
seconds.
we, yeah.
Like you, yeah.
Yeah.
He got 2 picks, the Genji and the Lucian, and I killed the Sombra as well, so they had tanks, and I don't know.
At that point, if it's like playing on cart to make sure the best you can, installing it out will probably be the make sure to win in that situation. But let me take a look exactly see what happened there. It was this point, and point out to me exactly when you're talking about.
He was typing, yeah.
Even
Even though you could have got killed anyway, so I don't know. We could have engaged right here.
Yeah. I heard
Yeah.
the Sombra.
I think you're probably just got livid that our Hanzo died for free because of that. But yeah, engaging here is what you should have done. Like
Yeah.
you're like this is
Dynamite
completely
hit it.
vulnerable.
We were still focused on the pausing.
Just wanting to be good.
That's why we lost.
No, we could have won this. Whatever.
Like what you could have done here is Diva bombed on point, and the front line and the back line is split, and then you choose which side you want to dive on or engage on.
We didn't have Diva
we
Bomb.
don't have the other bomb, yeah.
I thought you had Diva bomb. I thought we were talking about that.
None of
no,
this.
I mean, I ate a bomb
Net.
in the very end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we do.
Trying to find a couple of his own. PJ is gonna be the last one to to go on that self-destruct coming on over the side. Winston bubbled down, gonna block all that up. PJ back in.
Wait, that one?
This
No,
is
not
when
this one.
Oh, that was
Gabby
yours.
comes in.
Never mind.
So in the very end, they use a bomb.
How can you eat a Diva bomb? What the fuck? It is eatable.
I missed the
Not
monkey
literally,
except
not
Diva.
literally.
And block it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, just face tanking it to be on point. I just want to know if I could have, avoided it without letting the point cap.
Let's
Yeah.
see here.
Yeah, it
Probably
comes now.
not, but let me check.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like
That's
3.
me on cards.
Yeah,
But Lucy
yeah.
does.
Yeah, you definitely could have because we had 2 here, and this is right here is you need to communicate which one you're going to be on, like which one's going to be on the cart, which one to take that.
Yeah, I called
but
that.
also, I guess one other thing you could have done is maybe you could have been here.
I don't think so.
The explosion's here. I think if you're in this corner, you could have flown over here. Maybe if that survived you there.
Yeah, but I just used. I don't know.
I don't know what your cooldown on
happens.
your fly
Yeah, you
was.
just use booster into that.
Okay, then yeah, there's not much you could have done.
I'm
Then.
not sure if you could.
There's
have
nothing you
escaped.
can. If you don't have booster, there's nothing you can survive here.
Yeah, okay.
Take a snooze, take some damage on that one as Gerwin falls. Luminata is very low. This is anybody's game here.
And we know how it works. All right. Any other questions?
Not really.
I
Alright,
guess
so-
that's it.
Make sure you guys have the right comps in the right situations. I feel like that's something you definitely need to work on.
Yep.
I was fine with your second point defense in general. It's just your first point defense kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And your attack for the first 4 minutes was just putting a square peg into a round hole. But I mean, you're the better team here. You should have won. It was just a comp issue, and a pause issue. Like even with that, it's possible that with that pause shit, you still could have possibly won there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looking good though. Looking good. Hopefully, more tournaments you're going to be winning, like as opposed to almost missing out. Was this like the semifinals? Was this the final?
Show
No,
match.
it was just Grim,
This
no?
show match?
Yeah.
Well, let me know how things go either way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, take care, guys.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks a
yeah.
lot.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
That was
Where is
great.
Dominate?
Hmm.
Shouldn't be here too.
Dominate's dead.
Yeah.
Don't say that.